Everything in One presents Windbreaker Chapter 7, Old Guard versus New Blood, Intro. Welcome back to Everything in One, where every chapter is an experience, every moment is power, and every punch tells a story. Today, we break down Chapter 7 of Windbreaker, a chapter titled Old Guard versus New Blood. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision of ideologies, a battlefield where honor meets rebellion, and where Haruka Sakura steps into his biggest trial yet. The scene opens with the school buzzing louder than ever. Word has spread like wildfire. Haruka has accepted the challenge from Taiga Tudu, one of the feared third years of Furin High. Whispers ripple through the student body. Who is this Haruka kid who walked in just days ago and already dares to face one of the elite? Is he brave or just foolish? As the sun begins to lower, casting long shadows on the school grounds, the location for the showdown is already swarming with onlookers. These fights might not be sanctioned by the school, but in Bofurin, they're tradition, a ritual. Fists, not words, settle disputes here. Taiga Tudu, calm before the storm. Before Haruka even arrives, we get a closer look at Taiga Tudu. Tall, composed, and calculating, Taiga isn't just strong, he's tactical. Every fight he's ever had was measured, methodical. He doesn't fight for ego, he fights for structure, for balance. In his eyes, Haruka represents chaos, a wildfire that could burn down the values that keep the school united. He doesn't raise his voice, he doesn't flash his strength. But when he steps onto the fighting ground, people move. Respect and fear follow him like shadows. Haruka walks in. Then, as if on cue, Haruka Sakura walks in. Headphones in, hood up, calm face. Behind his relaxed stride, there's fire in his eyes. He knows what this is. Not just another fight, but a test. A test of his philosophy, of his place, of his strength. He's met with a mixture of looks, awe, resentment, curiosity. Some want to see him fall. Others want him to shake the system. Either way, everyone knows. Something big is about to go down. The clash begins. There are no lengthy speeches, no bravado, just a silent agreement. And then the first punch flies. Taiga moves with the precision of a trained fighter. His stance is solid, his movement sharp. But Haruka isn't a pushover. He's fast, faster than most expected. His strikes are wild but purposeful. He doesn't fight pretty, he fights to win. The clash of styles is intense. Taiga's precision versus Haruka's instinct. Taiga tries to read Haruka's rhythm, but Haruka doesn't have one. His unpredictability makes him a storm in human form. Power versus philosophy. As the fight escalates, the crowd can't look away. This isn't just about brute force, it's about conviction. Haruka doesn't back down, doesn't hesitate, even when Taiga's blows land hard. Each punch is a message. Each dodge is a statement. Taiga fights with the pride of a protector. Haruka fights with the fire of a challenger. The contrast is poetic. Old guard versus new blood. One preserving order, the other chasing evolution. The audience starts realizing something. Haruka isn't here to burn the school down. He's here to understand it by tearing it open first. Midway through the battle, Taiga begins to struggle. Haruka's sheer willpower and explosive bursts of energy begin to overwhelm the calculated third year. For the first time in a long while, Taiga is pushed back. Not just physically, but mentally. He underestimated Haruka's spirit, his hunger. In a flash of motion, Haruka lands a clean hit. Not dirty, not overkill, just enough. Taiga stumbles. He regains footing, but the crowd saw it. That moment, that weakness. Haruka doesn't celebrate. He doesn't mock. He simply adjusts his stance. Ready for more. Because for him, it's never been about the crowd. The aftermath. The fight isn't declared over in words. It ends in mutual recognition. Taiga doesn't fall. Haruka doesn't gloat. There's no victor's cry, just a silence filled with meaning. The third year nods. It's subtle but unmistakable. A nod of respect. Haruka nods back. The crowd doesn't cheer. They're stunned. Two forces just met, and instead of one crushing the other, something rarer happened. Understanding. Closing thoughts. Windbreaker Chapter 7 is a perfect example of how battles aren't just about fists, they're about values. Haruka may have been the underdog, but his unwavering resolve shook even the elite. And in doing so, he didn't just gain attention, he earned respect. What's next for him? That's a story for another day. Stay locked into Everything in One, because the storm is far from over. The fights ahead will only grow more intense, and the truths Haruka uncovers will reshape everything. Would you like Chapter 8 in the same powerful format?